Just got done working out, hit up some deficit deadlifts. Just wanted to kind of touch base with everyone, let you know kind of where I'm at, what I'm going for this month, this macrocycle, while I sit here and let my car defrost. It's snowing out in Portland, so people aren't used to it. I'm not used to it, so gotta sit around, let it defrost, hopefully not die on the way home driving, and continue on from there. So right now I'm in a hypertrophy phase. I just got done with the meet. It was very disappointing, but it was also a good learning experience as well. Learned quite a bit as far as body manipulation, health. Not so much about training. Training was going great. Just a few outside factors that kind of made the meet not go as well as I wanted it to go. But I learned a lot, and I'm taking that into this meet prep and into what I'm doing outside of the gym as well. So I just started doing some Graston work and getting adjusted once a week. Starting pretty aggressive right now, just kind of get everything set back in place, and then I'll do some maintenance stuff once or twice a month. And then health-wise, started getting some probiotics and started getting some other vitamins to kind of help make sure that my digestion system and my gut stays healthy, because I had big issues with appetite and indigestion and all kinds of other stuff going on for the meet, which made me lose about 20 pounds because I just couldn't eat. So right now I figured if I want to compete at 220, I need to be close to 220. If I want to compete at 242, I just need to suck it up and go to 242. So this training macro cycle here is a hypertrophy weight loss phase that I'm doing, trying to keep my body weight right down to about 220, and then from there I'll start reverse dieting and kind of just fill out what weight class I feel best in, and just once I get to that feeling, I'll just fill that out and not make big weight cuts and just have good meets from here on out. So that's pretty much where I'm at right now for the month of December. So make sure you guys follow along, like, subscribe, share, and I'll get you guys a lot more info on voiceovers, going into pretty good detail about how I'm setting up my training, nutrition, and outside variables. So appreciate you guys always for watching. Thanks for the support. Until next time, take care. So here's a quick little screenshot of kind of how the first week of hypertrophy training went. As you heard in the intro, this is a hypertrophy weight loss phase for me, so just really sticking to a lot of repetitions, working on some weaknesses. As you'll see here, doing some chain bench pressing, and the reason I'm throwing in the chain is just to kind of give you guys a inside look of how this training set up. As you'll see on my accessory day too, kind of makes sense, is still having a little bit of a shoulder issue. So the thing that bothers it the most is pressing out. So if I press out with heavy weight, there's a sharp pinch in my rotator cuff, which I'm working on, and it's getting better week by week. But due to that fact, I don't want to go super heavy out of the off my chest, so I started doing the chains. That way I can get some heavyish weight in my hands, and a lot less stress off of my shoulder. So doing that, 4 sets of 8 to start off, and just really working that just to build up some good health and good size. Best time to, or one of the better times to do volume is when dieting, because that's the best way to keep as much lean tissue on as possible. So right now it's just about kind of maintaining lean muscle tissue and just continuing to diet and cut and just push the volume as hard as I can, so I can build up as much work capacity as I can, so when January comes around and I start reverse dieting, I'm able to go into a couple strength phases to peak for the meet. So that's kind of the plan behind all this. Going back to my back and biceps day, reason I do some bicep work is just to keep my biceps healthy, keep my tendons healthy, throwing in some grip work. Like I said before, I don't think my grip was an issue at the meet. I just think it was the excess water in my hands that caused it. But nonetheless, just trying to make sure I cross all my T's and dot all my I's. And then also doing some conditioning during this phase. Usually after a meet, I'll do some volume and some GPP work just to build up better work capacity, so that I can recover better between exercises, build up some better health parameters, better conditioning, and just kind of working the heart in ways that I haven't done
since probably about 8 to 10 weeks ago. So did some farmers walks here, and then went on to do some supersetting with the machine here. So it's all kind of still back related, still getting in the work for the day. The conditioning is very specific to what I'm doing. On my leg days, I'll do some heavy intervals on the spin bike, and then I'm also doing a lot of pre-fatigue stuff as well. And what this is allowing me to do is kind of just take my mind off of chasing weights with the heavy compound movements and focus more on just getting as much work in, building as much volume in as possible, and not really worrying about the weight on the bar. Still keeping the intensity high, still pushing the weight, but not really too focused on how it compares to when I'm actually going through a strength phase and actually trying to gain weight and do all that. So the pre-exhaust stuff, not only does it help facilitate better blood flow to the muscles you're trying to work, it also fatigues the muscles you're trying to work, so they have to work a little bit harder when you go to your main movements. So for me, I'm always trying to build up my quads. I feel like they're the limiting factor in what I do, mainly because I sumo pull and I squat super wide, so they don't get a lot of direct work when I'm getting ready for a meet. So Bulgarian split squats, then started off with some front squats. I'm using the Duffalo bar mainly because, as you can see, my right elbow is high, my left elbow is low, and that just causes all kinds of problems. And I've never been able to quite figure out how to, never mind, I wouldn't say able to figure out, I guess I'd say I never had the time or the want to fix the flexibility issues that I've had, because you know, it's not really, I mean, I did high bar squats and everything else just to load up the quads, but like I said, right now I'm just trying to chase the pump and not really worry about the weight. So front squat's a good way to ease back into things. Obviously beltless, not really worried too much about throwing some stuff on and trying to move as much weight as possible. Just building, you know, just getting done with a meet. I had a few injuries that I was trying to clean up. I had a hamstring injury, I had a popped rib, shoulder injury, and then obviously, as you can see, my hand's ripped open still. So just trying to work around a lot of these things right now in the first week or two, and just continue to push the limits and trying to get the best I can out of each session, even though there's little nagging injuries, and I'm working on those pretty diligently. I just started getting some adjustments done, and I've also just started getting some Graston and ART done. Finally found someone in the Portland area. So I think with that, everything should be ready to go for January when I start ramping it up. So make sure you guys follow along. Next video, I'll kind of go over a little bit of how I'm doing my nutrition and setting all that up for this weight loss phase. Because it is a short phase, it's going to be a little bit different than normal due to the fact that my off season is not going to be that long, because I have a bunch of meets coming up and I got to get ready for them. And as you guys know, the US Open is going to be a crazy meet, and I just got to bring my best ever, and I'm ready for it. It should be a lot of fun. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, guys, catch you later.